Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm doing a updated makeup routine using quite a few new makeup products that I've been using, some for a while and some not so for a while. So as you can tell from the title of the video, I will be trying out the Hollywood foundation as well as her concealer and powder, which I already previously used, but I received the foundation yesterday and I was so excited to film this, so I had to jump on it. This is the full look using 3 of her products and you are not going to be disappointed. So I will leave everything linked down below. I hope you guys enjoy watching. If you do, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and any questions just drop them in the comments below and I will get back to you. So let's just get on with the video. Okay, so let's get started. So for base prep I've been using the Fenty Skin Hydra Visor and I really like this. It has a little like pump, which is great because it means I'm not going to lose the lid to it. So I pump out about 2 pumps of that and I put it on all over my face. I really like the smell of this moisturizer and I've been switching in between this and my Bobbi Brown face base. As you guys would have known, that's always my go-to, but now I like this one just as much. Look at that instant glow it's given just from 2 pumps of that. I've really been taking extra like steps for my skin prep before my makeup goes on because it really has changed my makeup. So yeah, that's the Fenty Skin. I'm then going to do my eyebrows with this Pink Honey Original Super Hold. So this, I cannot believe I've not jumped on the hype of this already because it is way better than my Refi or anything else that I've used. I just spray it with some misting spray, like my normal face spray, just to like get it wet, and then I'll put my spoolie brush in and do my eyebrows. Yeah, so this was like I think £10 or like £8.99, something like that, and it's actually really good. I can't believe I've never sort of used it before. I think it's because once I stuck to Refi and I knew Refi worked for me, I then didn't want to like try anything else out because my eyebrows don't stick up with just anything. Normally I laminate them, as you guys would know, but at the moment they're not laminated, so I will use this glue. And I just use the original one. It's super strong and trust me when I say your eyebrows do not budge all day. Like even when I'm removing them in the night, I have to do it with an oil like based cleansing balm because it just doesn't come off. So I just brush the product through and then I style them like that. Look at the difference. Oh my god, I love it. So I'll show you that again. I just pick up the product, brush it through, just making sure every hair strand is covered, and then I style it. Should have clipped that piece back. I've also been using this brow gel to style my sideburns because if you guys know from my Instagram, I overwax my sideburns and I'm in the process of growing them back out. So to train them, I've literally been using this brow gel. And I actually got a question the other day from someone saying, how do you train your sideburns, because I knew that you overwaxed them, and this is how I do it. I'm literally just using brow gel to like swipe them back, and I'll show you guys how. So I literally, there we go. Oh. And then they basically sit there all day long. It's genius. This is definitely super hard, and then I just do the other side as well. They do harden up, I won't lie. I know some people don't like it when their brows harden up. This does. I don't mind it because it's not like I can feel it. Like, you know, when I'm like just talking and like lifting my brows, I can't feel that they're stiff, but if you touch them, they are stiff. But when you've got thick brows like me, yeah, it kind of has to do because it's the only thing that will hold up my brows. So yes, I definitely love this, and it's a lot more affordable than the Refi. and there's no like residue. Not that I had any issues with residue from Revive, but I know a lot of people did. But I just find it easier because it dries down quicker on your brows, whereas that one would take ages. You'd have to flatten it with your hand and all of that. 2023 is basically about applying easier makeup. So then we move on to primer, and I've been using this primer, which is the Makeup Revolution collaboration with the Plastic Boy Gary Thompson primer, and it looks like this. So I received this in PR, I want to say over a month ago, because it was before the new year, and I honestly didn't think anything of it. Like, I didn't think I was going to love it this much, because I actually gifted like the rest of the range that I received in PR. I gave it to my best friend because I just have a lot of makeup at the moment. So thankfully I kept this because it's actually really nice. So it's clear, so I'll show you guys. I take like less than one full pump. It does have an odd scent, I won't lie, but it is so tacky that it literally grips onto my foundation, and I love it. And I literally just put it mainly around my nose and around my mouth area because I don't want no creasing around that area. Don't know if you guys can hear that. It is so nice and tacky. Okay, then I've been using this Valentino face base and top coat second illuminator. I've only got like the really small like sample size because I wanted to try it out before I purchased the full size. And I popped this on where I usually would pop highlight, so on my cheekbones, my nose and my chin. And sometimes I just dot the remaining on my forehead, even though I don't put highlight there. So look at this, guys. Look at that glow. At this point I look like a disco ball, I know. Probably shouldn't have put this on, seeing as I was going to show you guys the Holly Boon like foundation. But I am going to do another TikTok video using the Holly Boon foundation with no like illuminator or anything like that. So if you guys want to see what it looks like just on my skin without like primer or anything, then you guys can go check out my TikTok. Okay, so colour corrector hasn't changed. I like using my LA Girl Pro Conceal or my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish, but today we're going to use this one. I wasn't sure if I should use it or not because again I wanted to show you guys obviously the Holly Boon foundation and how much coverage it gives, but I'm only going to colour correct under my eyes and not my chin, so that you guys can still see like the coverage, if that makes sense, without me adding a corrector on. I just don't think I'd ever change my correctors. Like, I like these two. Like, this one's my more affordable one for every day, but then I use the Charlotte Tilbury one for like weddings, or like if I'm filming content like on TikTok and stuff, I'll use that one. And that one's just got slightly more coverage than the LA Girl one. Okay, you guys are gonna have to excuse all of my makeup brushes because they are dirty. I did wash my foundation brush last night though, because of course the star of the show is the foundation, but I don't think it's even dry. So we'll see when we get to it. But yeah, see how instantly that just brightens the eye. Like, if you guys don't colour correct already, you need to. It is honestly a game changer for when you put on your concealer, because now I don't feel like I need to put on two concealers, because before I used to wear like a normal base concealer that would match my skin tone and then the brightening one, but if I wear a colour corrector I don't need to do that. I'm not going to do that as well because I will be showing you the Holly Boon concealer. Okay, so that's me all colour corrected. You can ignore the eyelids because we're going to cover those as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go prime my eyelids and carve them out with my P. Louise base, as I always do, nothing special, and then I'll come back and show you the foundation. I really do like these P. Louise bases. I use the number 4 and I just carve it out with this Beauty Bay brush, and then I just blend it out with this fluffy eyeshadow brush. I just feel like they're really smooth and like immaculate. I used to use a concealer like all of my eyelids, but No, I can never go back after using these. So I'm going to set it with my contour, well, my bronzer, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Rich Amber Bronzer. You can set it with any like loose powder or anything that you want, but because I don't put on eyeshadow, I'm just going to put on this bronzer just to give it like a bit of warmth in my eye. And you guys are also going to notice I won't be wearing any lashes today, which is a shock because I actually used to wear lashes near enough every time I would wear eye makeup. But I've been growing out my natural lashes. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but I definitely can. And I'm really happy with how they are growing, so I'm embracing them at the moment. Now we can move on to the star of the show, which you're probably all dying for because that's probably the reason why you even come to this video, which is the Holly Boon Luminous Soft Focus Airbrush Foundation. So I haven't even taken out the packaging because I literally received it yesterday and I was like, I gotta film with that. I'm not opening it because I need to get my full reaction on this video and I'm so excited. So this is what it looks like. The packaging is honestly, I don't know why everyone goes on about the packaging because I think the packaging is kind of cheap. Like, it doesn't feel luxurious, it just feels like a normal cardboard box, you know, like it doesn't feel anything wow. So I got the shade LF9W for any of those that are wondering. Okay, the bottle's cute. It feels very light. See, I know that her products are very affordable, so obviously the packaging can't be super high end because obviously the price range will go up. So for me personally, I don't really care about packaging and stuff as long as the product works amazingly. Then I don't mind it because it's affordable, so I understand. Whereas if this was like that, it could like a NARS foundation bottle and it felt light like this, then I would probably be like But yeah, this is what the packaging looks like. It looks super cute on camera. It does feel really lightweight and like once you've got it in your hands. And it's got a twisty pump. Oh yes, it's exactly like my Fenty Hydro Visor, which again I love because my lids get so dirty and they'll go missing anyway. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm so excited to pump this out. I'm going to pump out one pump on the back of my hand and we'll see if it's a shade match. Oh, okay, that just went back in. Am I not doing? Oh, it's supposed to click first. Okay. Come on, mate. Okay, I'm hoping that is not too dark. I mean, it looks like it matches my neck. So, let's see what it looks like on the face. I am usually NARS Stromboli, if anyone is interested. This looks on the warm side. Oh, it feels really nice though as I'm brushing it on. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna need more than just that. That was less than one pump. And it's basically covered like the bottom part of my face. But I'm gonna need more, so it's definitely gonna be too dark because it looks more on the warm orangey side, whereas my NARS is usually on the yellow side. So I feel like on the camera it's going to show that it's going to match me, but just judging it just from like on my skin, it's definitely more warmer than my NARS. My NARS is definitely lighter and more on the yellow side. This is more on the orangey side. However, we can always fix that with concealer if it is too dark. See, it's, oh god, that looks beautiful. Oh my god, that literally looks so stunning. I feel like it's gonna be one of those that photograph really nicely as well, well I hope, because my NARS one is the only one that photographs really nicely, which is why I always wear NARS. No, wow, that looks insane. Oh my god, guys. So I put on a little bit more just because I feel like my chin, because I didn't colour correct it, I feel like it looked a bit darker. But I am actually really impressed. I can't wait to like finish my makeup off now. You guys can see how radiant that is. I'm actually in shock. Like, it looks so smooth and just flawless. And normally I get a little bit streaky on my nose as well, no matter what foundation I use. Lately I've just been getting streaky on my nose. I have to like pat over it with my sponge. This hasn't. This is beautiful on the skin. All in all, I did use a pump and a half, so that's more than what I would usually use. But I think that's because I didn't correct my chin area, whereas normally when I correct my full face properly with my NARS, I use less foundation. So I know I would only need a pump if I like corrected the way I normally would, but I didn't want to because I wanted to show you guys the coverage. It's definitely medium to full coverage and definitely buildable because I did put on another layer. But look at that glow. So lately I've been using the She Glam contour, like cream contour sponge, and it's in the shade Warm Honey. This is my first time using one of their like contours, and I really have been enjoying it because it's very creamy. That colour is so nice and so warm. Do a couple of dots down the side. And it's very easy to blend out. I do think I could have went a shade slightly darker because they do blend out like quite a lot. Oops, I overdid it with the contour, but there we go. Honestly, this product is the creamiest contour I've ever used. And then I just blend. It's definitely more on the warm side, which is what I love, but if you want something more on the cool side, they had quite a few colours from what I could remember, and it was super cheap. It was literally, I think, less than £5. So I feel like Shein's makeup is so underrated, and it's actually so good. Because I've used their blushes and their glosses before, and I'm actually going to show you one of their blushes because I am using that, which I've always used for a while now. But it's interesting to see how these are going to like work all together, like with this foundation. Look at that, how that blended out so easily. I feel like I'm going to love my makeup and I'm going to have nowhere to go and no one's going to see this makeup. So yeah, makeup doesn't have to be all expensive. This just kind of goes to show that even like the cheaper products do the job. I think it's more about the technique of how you do your makeup than it is so much more about the product, because there's definitely cheaper options out there on the market and they do just as well as the high-end stuff. And this Hollyburn like makeup line is a prime example because her stuff is so affordable. I think the foundation's like £20 and I got it off TikTok shop and it's always like on like sale and stuff, so you can definitely get it cheaper. And the same with her concealers. Her concealers are insane and they're always in sale. So the blush I'm going to use, I look crazy right now, is the Shein Colour Jam blush in the shade Rose Meadow. This was at their picnic collection that they sent me last year, and I actually did a video wearing all of their makeup and I genuinely loved every product and I still use the blush to this day. There was a gloss that they sent me which was like a rainbow cake, like lip oil. Oh my god, I lost that, but it was so bloody nice. Like, oh, you guys need to try out their lip oils. They're just like buttery and oh, I really wanted to repurchase it, but it comes in a pack of 3 and I didn't want the other 2 colours because I've got the other 2 colours. So it's like a red oil and a brown oil, but they're very faint, so they're not like really pigmented because it is just an oil. So that's the blush that I use. It's very rosy, as you guys can tell, and look at all that glow that is still coming through. Oh my god, guys, my skin looks unreal. I wish you guys could see this in person, because I feel like on camera it looks good but it doesn't look immaculate the way it does in person. Okay, so time for the next star of the show, which is the H&B Cosmetics Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer. I use the shade SF2W. Let's just get straight to the point, because I hate when people don't tell the shades and they take 10 years to say it in the video. But yeah, if you guys already know, then you know. I've been using this since I had since I literally got it, which was, I don't even know, November when it came out. I can't remember when it first came out. Maybe it was September. Oh my god, no, it was way before September because I took it to Turkey with me. Okay, so God knows when it came out, probably in the summer, and I've been using it ever since. I absolutely love this concealer. I made a video on it and it went viral. Like, everyone reposted it and like stitched it. They used it also on the actual brand page, so it went big because the coverage, like when I did the video, the coverage was insane. So I'm just gonna dot it in the usual areas that I would. This is actually my brightening shade, and because I already color corrected, I don't use a base concealer anymore. I'll just go straight in with this, and the coverage is insane. If you want to use a base concealer, you can definitely, and it literally just adds more coverage to the under eye. Like, it does look beautiful, but for the purpose of this video, I'm using it on its own so that you guys can see it on its own and see the coverage by itself without, like, you know, putting something else underneath apart from the color corrector. Yeah, so this full range is meant to work seamlessly together because it's all from the same soft focus range. And I also have the soft focus loose powder, which I am going to be wearing today, and I'll show you guys. It's in the number 1 Fair, and I do really like this powder. I normally use my Huda Beauty one, and this is very, very similar to it. Like, when it's going on, it's a lot thinner, I want to say, and not as brightening, because not as white as my pound cake one, but the finish of it is exactly the same. So trust the process when you're using this powder, because at first I was like, it's not the same as my Huda, but when I finish my makeup, it's literally the same results. So yeah, I'm gonna use all of these together. I literally look like I'm sponsored at this point. I'm not, I wish I was. Okay, so I let that sit for about a minute or two, just because I like the coverage to build. I don't want to blend it out straight away. I kind of want it to like get like tacky and stick to the face, if that makes sense. I feel like that gives me the most coverage. So then I'm just going to blend out now with my normal Real Technique sponge, keeping the product in the area that it already is instead of like blending it out everywhere, if that makes sense, because I just want the light to hit it in those areas. You guys, the coverage is immaculate. I don't know how she's done it. Like, she's literally pulled it out the bag with her whole range, from the price point to the coverage. My nose looks hella harsh on there. I don't know why, because it's not, but it's okay because we'll just re-blend that in. So I do one eye at a time because I like to set it before I go on to the next one, because I am super funny about my under eyes. Like, I get paranoid that they're going to like crease or whatever. It's probably just all in my head, but this is how I do it. Look at that coverage. Need I say any more? I'm going to quickly set that with the matching powder. And I'm literally just using a triangle sponge off of Shein, or even, or this might be the eBay one, regardless, they're all the same. And I let that sit there, and then I'm going to do the under eye. I do just put a little bit around the mouth, just so that nothing creases and it just sets. But then I dust it off right away. This is to set to make sure nothing like moves, because my face is kind of wet. And then I'm going to let this bake for a while, about 2 to 5 minutes. Usually I let this bake for about a minute, just depends how much time I have on my hand. Sometimes I let it go to like 3-4 minutes. Again, it just depends on what I'm doing and if I've got time to let it bake for that long. Right, I am ready to dust this off, and I am going to slightly press it into the skin. I mentioned this multiple times. Whenever I do my makeup, I have to push the powder into my skin instead of just swiping it off, because look at how much of the brightness it keeps in. Oh my god, I can't deal. This is insanely good. And I can't believe this is the foundation that's making all the difference, because I do the rest of my face the same every day. It was just the foundation that I've tried out today. Right, we are going to spray my face because I'm looking a little bit powdery on camera, but in person I'm really not. And the face spray that I'm using currently is the Revolution Super Fix Super Hold misting spray, and I really like this so far. Again, it's just a cheaper alternative. I normally use my Morphe one, but that runs out really fast. I love the Charlotte Tilbury one. Again, it's more on the expensive side, and I used to use the Urban Decay, which again is on the expensive side. This, I think I got off ASOS for like £6 or £8. It wasn't more than £8, and it is pretty good. It like sticks my makeup onto my face. It doesn't have any like white little bits that come out of it, and it's got aloe vera and vitamin E inside it, and it's quite a big bowl. So yeah, it's 150ml. I'm just gonna go in with my usual bronzer. You guys know I use this really old crusty new look bronzer that's discontinued, but I'm too scared to try anything else out because I have tried the NYX bronzer, the huge one, and it was really orange for my liking, so I threw it away, and now I'm just like sticking to this because I don't want to waste money on bronzers and then not like them. I'm going to powder contour obviously with my same Anastasia contour. I'm sorry, but on camera my nose contour looks hella harsh and I just look really pale, but in person I don't. I look so nice and warm, like really nicely blended. So I think I need to adjust the settings because it's not showing up. It's not showing up what my makeup actually looks like. Okay, then I'm going to use my Pixie blush, which is the Nuance Quartet palette in the Honey Nectar, and I obviously have rinsed this super pale pink blush. Look how fresh that looks. I love it. I basically just put that everywhere where I put my cream blush as well. Look at how stunning that looks. I am going to carve out my cheekbone because I feel like the bronzer and everything has come a bit too low there. Okay, that's my base nearly complete. We're going to pop on a little bit of highlight. I'm just going to use the same highlight in the Pixie palette. Down my nose, that brow bone. I'm going to put a little bit like remainings on my cheek. So I am still using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes mascara. I really like this mascara, so I don't think I'll ever change it anytime soon until like it finishes. But I have really been enjoying the Clinique mascara as well. Isn't that mental? That's my actual lashes, like my own eyelashes. Okay, so finally we move on to lips, and I have been using the same lip combo for a while and I've had so many compliments on it, and it's actually an old lip combo that I already owned but I just forgot about. So this is the Morphe Spiffy lip liner, which I've been using this lip liner for a long while already, and then I slightly very faintly go over it with the Glossy's lip liner in Coffee, which is my old brand if you guys remember, so I don't stock these anymore. Very lightly just fill in bottom lip just ever so slightly. Okay, I'm not going to put on the darker lip liner, but I am going to put this lip matte, which is the Morphe lip cream in for Airs, and I just put a little bit on before I put on my gloss just to add some pinkness so my lips are not too brown, like that. And I go in with this gloss, which is called Flower Crown by Morphe as well. This is such a gorgeous colour. Voila, that is a perfect lip combo. Okay, and that is my makeup complete. I feel like you don't have to do the gloss if you don't want to, but I really like how it all looks together. I can't believe that's a full Morphe lip combo. I didn't think of that. But yeah, this is my final makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I think it came out amazing. I literally love the foundation. I feel like all three products of the Holly Boone like line worked really well together. I would 100% recommend all of her products. Look at how immaculate it looks. And that's a wrap from me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you did, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.